Okay, good morning, everybody. Thank you for attending another strategic conversations hosted by our Strategic Services Group in Institutional Planning and Operations. I think most of you know Jeff Williams. He is the manager of mechanical maintenance planning located in New Brunswick on the Cook campus. His presentation is the role of the Planner Estimator, and please lower your phones if you haven't already, and let's welcome Jeff Williams.
Thank you, everybody, for coming out. I'm Jeff Williams. If you don't know me, I'm a over 25-year employee here at Rutgers University. I started out in dining services as a dishwasher, range 7 for those of you who don't know that, lowest range you could get here at the university. I have worked my way up through the ranks through the years due to hard work, a lot of great people who pushed me and supported me. And today I'm here to present what me and my group do. So thank you all for attending. I'm going to go through my presentation. First off, I'd like to thank Paul and John. They gave me a little bit of swag to my presentation, so I hope you like it. We worked hard on it. I think you'll enjoy it. So without further ado, let's get started. So what is the role of the Planner Estimator here at the university? I get this question all the time. A lot of people don't know what a Planner Estimator does. They know the title, but they always say, Jeff, what exactly do you do? So I'm going to walk you through what we do, the people we support, the things we can do for you, and some of the problems we encounter on a day-to-day basis. So first off, when they say, what is a Planner Estimator? I like to say, we are the Swiss Army knife of the university. I don't know who that handsome devil is there, but he's a good-looking guy. We are equipped with every available tool to help anyone at the university solve any problem, answer any question. Once again, a close-up. So what we do here, we help you eat the elephant one bite at a time. The only difference is our elephant is stampeding while we are trying to eat it. So you can imagine trying to eat an elephant while he's stampeding. We are the hub between the university, community, and ip&o departments. So these are some of the departments that we help support. So we support academic departments, healthcare, central administration, student service, and athletics. Who do we support? So these are some of the departments within the bigger departments. So academic departments, athletics, healthcare, including but not limited to student health services, health sciences, student services, including but not limited to cultural centers, student and recreation centers, dining services, residence life, central administration, including but not limited to finance, research, admissions and financial aids, OIT, university human resources. So I like to say we're probably one of the only departments that touches every department at the university. There is not a department that planner estimators don't interact with, either on a day-to-day basis or on a one-to-one special needs basis. We touch everybody. We help everybody. We are not exclusive to any division. We go across. We've been up at the top of New Jersey, all the way down to the bottom. We also support the entire ip&o division by acting as the hub between internal departments. So we touch on codes and standards, planning, development, and design, university public safety, university facilities, and business services. Once again, here's some of the departments. So codes and standards, planning, development, and design, university public safety, university and facilities, including but not limited to REHS, parking and transportation, project services, renovation and infrastructure services, business services, including but not limited to material and logistical services, records management, student housing, ip&o IT, mail service, and campus retail. We are big. This is where we encompass. This is all the places in New Jersey that we go. We're from the top all the way down to the bottom. So this is some of the things. Statewide, we go on all 3 campuses and 1 health sciences division. Off-campus facilities, 29 million square feet is what we help cover. 6,000 acres, 1,009 buildings, and 1,900 classrooms. Now, when you look at that and you may say, well, Jeff, do you get to all those buildings? I'll be honest with you, no, we don't. There are some buildings that we're mostly concentrated in, but if anybody calls from one of those 1,009 buildings, we're there. Whatever you need, we're there. So I don't get the chance to go there, and my team doesn't get a chance to go to every single building, every single day, or even every single month. But if they call and they're in those buildings, we'll be there. What is our role? Our role during any type of renovations, we oversee small renovation projects within the zone. We coordinate new furniture replacement. We assist with the development of RFPs with departments. Assist project services in ensuring that punch list items and warranty items are addressed. We address maintenance issues which arise during renovations. We ensure that common spaces and buildings are maintained. We also ensure that all classrooms and lecture halls are maintained to a standard. Our role with fire code violations. We ensure that fire code violations are abated or that the proper extensions are filed. We ensure that Subchapter 4 violations are abated or that proper extensions are filed. We secure POs for material, vendors, and special equipment needed to abate fire code violations, and we assure that all required paperwork is filed according to state regulations. Our role regarding maintenance issues. We assist our custodial operations with all interior concerns raised by the university community. We assist our grounds operation with all exterior concerns raised by the university community. We assist our mechanical operations with all repair, replacement, and building system issues. We maintain an ongoing list of high priority maintenance projects, pocket projects that we do on an annual basis, and those are special projects that we don't get funded necessarily for, but that's funding that we have to seek out for special things that we see that need to be done that aren't covered under our O&M budget. We assist and abate my classroom needs request, and we manage replacement furniture and faculty, staff, and student space. Our role with REHS. We work collaboratively with REHS to address any environmental health issues or safety issues. We secure specialty remediation vendors, and we secure quotes for remediation during renovations. Our role in special events. We walk through spaces to assess conditions prior to events. We secure specialty vendors as needed to support the event services division. We also provide in-house support as needed. Our role with special requests. Carpet replacement or painting outside of schedule. Window washing, specialized painting, including murals, interior and exterior building signage, academic or administrative program-specific requests. So if a program has something that's specific to their division, that's something one-off, I can't come up with anything right off my head, but we will assist them in getting and helping them whatever that request is. Facilitate moves for any reasons. Emergencies, rigging, office moves, etc. So frequently asked questions. I get this question asked probably on a daily basis. A lot of people don't understand what is the difference between an area manager and a planner estimator. So we work in what we call zones, which are geographical areas within the different campuses. And then in that zone, you have an area manager, a planner estimator, and a group of mechanics. The area manager's role is the day-to-day maintenance. He is the direct supervisor for the mechanics in that zone. Our role in the zone is to support the area managers, and we do specialty projects or maintenance projects or anything that can't be handled under day-to-day maintenance. So I'll give you an example. If the lights were out in this room and you would call and the area manager would dispatch an electrician or a mechanic to come change the bulb, change the ballast. If you wanted to change out the lights in this room and put in a different type of lights, that's where a planner estimator would step in. We provide a support. We get vendors that will take over when the day-to-day maintenance guys cannot get to stuff. They are here for a day-to-day maintenance. They do your PMs, they do your basic maintenance. When it goes beyond that, that's where we step in, we support. Now, sometimes we will use in-house staff, but that is not their primary function. And I say that to say, a lot of people say, when I have to get outside vendors, depending what it is, that normally will turn into a billable job. So people will say, why can't you use your in-house staff to do this work? In-house staff is here for maintenance primarily. That is their first job. So sometimes we will use it depending what the job is, case-by-case basis. We may use our in-house staff, but as a caveat, don't count on them being the ones that I'm going to bring in. I'm probably going to bring in an outside contractor to help you get your job done if it's billable. Is there a university painting plan? This is another question that comes up very frequently. So years ago, there used to be a university painting plan. I think it was made with all the best intentions, but I don't think it was realistic. And I'll say that because, as you saw earlier, we cover over 29 million square feet. Just so people know, because a lot of people don't, and there's, I think, a little misunderstanding. In-house staff, we have 7 painters in-house to cover all that area. So while we would like to paint every surface every 5, 7, 10 years, it is just not realistic. So no, there is not a university painting plan. We're here primarily to maintain common spaces, classrooms, lecture halls, but we do paint offices. If we go to your office and it does need a paint job, we will paint your office. Most times we do not charge for that service, but there are a few times when we do. If we come there and we deem that you do need a painting job, it is on our schedule. So if you're telling me I got a new person coming in here next week and I need it painted this Friday, I will have to bring in a vendor and I will have to charge for that. We do, like I said, we do painting. Most times it's free if we deem it's necessary. We don't charge, but it has to be on our schedule. If you have a special request, special time frame you have to meet, that will have to require bringing in a specialized painting vendor, and I will have to charge for that. Can I pick my own colors? This is another question that has been, it gets the university community riled up. We do have colors here that are standard colors. I'm actually currently now working with Rebecca Garner, trying to expand the painting palette because people don't like the few colors that we did offer them. So we're trying to expand the palette to give them more choices. So I say to that, no, at this time, no, you can't pick your own colors. We have a set of colors that we use, and we do that for a reason. We have to maintain the paint. We cannot maintain 30,000 different colors because everybody likes something different. I personally like blue, someone might like red, someone like green. So we try to give everyone a palette from the primary colors that encompasses that. It's sort of limited, which is why we're looking to expand it. So no, you cannot pick your own colors. Sometimes people do. They'll go into new buildings that are not our standard colors, and they reference that all the time. Why was in this building and they had their walls painted this, why can't I have it? That is out of my control. That is something that we'll be looking at in the future to try to wrangle all these paint colors in. Why do I have to pay for carpeting or window coverings? So once again, this is going back in time, maybe before some of you got here. At one time, we paid for all window coverings and floor coverings in any space. As everybody knows, over the years, funding has gotten lower and lower and lower. These are one of the services that we have had to cut out for departments. So right now, we only replace carpeting in common areas, classrooms, and lecture halls. Other than that, we have to charge for that. So I'll go back to the classroom with carpeting because this comes up all the time. So I want to clarify something. So when I go into a space most times, the people will tell me, well, this is the classroom, why are you not paying for it? We only pay for carpeting in classrooms and lecture halls that are controlled by scheduling and space management. We do not pay for departmental classrooms. And people tell me all the time, well, the university community uses this, everybody uses my classroom. This isn't a departmental classroom. What I tell them is, I go off the Archibus system that has every space listed in the university. And it'll tell me if it's a university classroom or is it a departmental classroom. So while your classroom might be used by a lot of different departments and a lot of different people, it's still a departmental classroom. So I cannot pay for that carpeting. Why is my estimate so expensive? So there's a couple of things that go into that. Now I'm going to use one of the most common ones. I'm going to go back to carpeting. So people always say, and I'm quite sure you've heard this and you've probably experienced it yourself, why is your carpeting so expensive? Home Depot will carpet my whole house with free installation for $500. So I tell people, we have a standard we have to maintain. We have a commercial standard that we have to maintain. So I like to tell people, while it's nice that Home Depot will carpet your whole house for $500, including installation, you probably don't have 50,000 family members traipsing through your living room every single day. So the carpeting that Home Depot provides is different from the carpeting that we provide. We provide a real commercial grade carpeting that will stand up to the rigors of 50,000 students, employees traipsing through it every day. That does not happen with Home Depot carpeting. Even their commercial carpeting that they say is commercial is not a true commercial carpeting. That is what's considered light commercial. So when people ask, why is it so expensive? That's why, because I can't put shag carpeting from Home Depot in your offices because it will not last. One of the other things is, why are my estimates so expensive in regards to trades and when we have to bring in an outside vendor? What you have to understand is, this is a union shop university, which that means is we have to pay prevailing union wages. So union wages, and I've had this I tell people, I don't have the numbers off me, but I know a union painter is probably somewhere around $90 an hour, probably an electrician is probably $100-some an hour. So what I tell people, when they come onto the site for a day's worth of work, you're looking at probably close to $1,000 right off the bat. That's before they buy any material. I know people always say, you know, I can get Tom down the street to come put a light up for me for $40. Well, you don't have to pay Tom prevailing wages. That's why, prevailing union wages. So that's why I tell people, keep that in mind. I don't set those wages. Rutgers University doesn't set those wages. So I always tell people, you know, if you got a problem with that, the wages that they're being paid, you'll have to take that up with the governor's office. That's not us. I have a departmental classroom that needs a facelift. Why am I being charged for this? This goes back, and I get this question a lot too. This will go back to what I was saying before. We only pay for classrooms that are controlled by scheduling and space management that are listed in the Archibus system. A lot of these classrooms that they say are departmental classrooms. We will help you. We will try to keep costs down, but we cannot pay for those classrooms. Any other questions before I go on? No questions? How about from offline, online? Nothing? All right. So in conclusion, I like to say, we solve problems. We know who to call when we don't have the answer. And I say to that, call me if you have a question that you don't know where to go. The caveat to that is I always tell people, I'm here to help and I will do everything I can to help you. But sometimes I have to give you the answer that you may not like. So I say that, it's not that I won't try, but sometimes I have to be the bearer of bad news. We do everything we can to help and assist anybody get what they're looking to accomplish. But sometimes the answer has to be no. We've seen it all. We do all types of different projects and special projects and day-to-day maintenance. We've helped with preparing surfaces for murals. We're actually currently trying to get a flagpole installed for one of the Armed Services Division. A couple of weeks ago, I got a request to change a bathroom to a transgender bathroom. I did not know the answer to that, and I couldn't give them authorization, but I turned them on to the signage department who oversees that. So I tell people, pretty much since we touch so many people, I can get you an answer to whatever your question or concern is, no matter how outrageous it is. I've seen it all. I've seen it all. I've gotten phone calls on it all. So if you have a question, concern, call me. Don't think that this is so out the way that Jeff is never going to be able. I've been around a long time. I've seen a lot of different things. My people are in all these different buildings. They interact with a lot of different people. So I want to close out by saying this can-do attitude has groomed PEs to become successful and have prepared them to go on to higher roles at the universities, including area managers, assistant and associate directors, code officials, directors, vice presidents, and even the executive vice president and CEO, if you didn't know that, COO, if you didn't know that. So that concludes my presentation, guys. I have some cards up here. If you want, here goes my contact information. Please, we're here to help. We'll never turn anybody down. Anything you need, we're here to help you. Any questions? Rebecca?
So can you just explain the process of how people put in requests and how it gets filtered to you, or it goes to like the project services upstairs? How do they decide if it's your PE's handling it or upstairs?
All right, so I'm going to repeat your question just so people understand. So what Rebecca was asking me, how do we determine who gets what? Who determines when people put in a request, whether it gets assigned to me and my group or a group, whether it be contract services or design? And so we use the RFP process. That's the first thing we tell people, which is a PRF. Let me correct myself. A PRF, which is a project request form. I always tell people, put that form in if you're unsure of where your project should go. That project gets vetted through a committee. They make the determination. If it's something that's smaller, maybe maintenance related, or something smaller that doesn't require any designs or drawings, that may get sent to my group. If it's something bigger that they deem that we shouldn't handle, maybe a bigger ticket item or something like that, then it will get reassigned. But I always tell them, put in a PRF and they will direct you. Now, a lot of people in the university community know me, so a lot of people just call me, which is fine also. If you don't want to go through the hassle of the PRF or you don't know, you can call me and I'll tell you what I think we can handle, or I will tell you should put in a PRF. A lot of times, I'll put the PRF in for the department, just because they're a little skittish about what to put down. So they can either call me, if they don't want to call me, they can put the PRF in directly. Anybody with a net ID can put a PRF in. I know there's been some miscommunication in the past with only certain people. Anybody at the university could put a PRF in. You don't have to go through me. You don't have to ask your boss. I mean, you probably should ask your boss. I'm not telling you not to do that. But as long as you have a net ID, anyone here at the university can put in a PRF. Any other questions? Joe?
Jeff, how many planner estimators do you have right now, and are there plans to expand?
Currently, so let me go back to this. So Joe's asking me how many planner estimators I have. So currently on the New Brunswick campuses, I have 10 planner estimators. We also have one planner estimator in Camden who doesn't directly report to me, but I sort of oversee the policies for that. And I think we have 2 in Newark. And once again, they don't directly report to me. I don't know what the plan in the future is. I believe there's some sort of plan to consolidate them and maybe even expand on them, but we're still working that detail out.
And one more question. Is the Jeff Williams signature Swiss Army knife available online?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. If you order before 12 o'clock today, Amazon can have it at your doorstep before 3. Any other questions?
There used to be online, who takes care of my building. That's still there and accurate, or do we, if people ask, I just say put in the request or to you or contact you to figure out who that person is?
So Rebecca's question was, there used to be a place you could go on our website to tell you who takes care of my buildings. It would tell you who your custodial foreperson was, your grounds foreperson, your planner estimator, your area manager. I don't believe that information is still online or is not being kept up. Am I correct? It wasn't kept up, yeah. And that's probably because over the years, people have moved so much. We've had different building coordinators. It was just too hard to keep up with that information. So if you have a request, like I tell people, you can call our service call center, and they will be able to direct you. They'll provide you with a work order. That's the best way to go. If you have a project-specific need, like I said, you can put in a PRF, or you can call me directly. I have no problem with that. Any other questions? Well, guys, that's my presentation. Thank you for coming out. I hope I was informative. I hope you liked the presentation.
Very good.
Thank you.
Very